Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to Phatkat Collections. Going to do a shorter video today. This is a double unboxing by a company called kHelfer. It's kHelfer, and they make some home cleaning products. Now, this is a product I've reviewed before on the channel by different companies, and I decided to collaborate with them because I could use another one of these things. And so these are super handy, whether you're detailing your car, whether you're cleaning your bathroom. They're just an extra tool in your home cleaning arsenal. So, the first one is an electric. They call it a grout brush cleaner, but in all honesty, I use this for mainly for the shower and kind of like those hard to reach areas in the car. And we're going to unbox that in a second here. The next one is a larger spin brush that's kind of like its big brother, right? It's a lot larger. It's designed for much bigger jobs. And I'll say that I use this one a lot more than the smaller one, just because it has the ability for me to clean a larger surface with a lot more power than you can put down with like your hand, right? So very cool. So let's just go ahead and unbox these and we'll see what we get here. So first one, again, grout brush, what they call it, but you can kind of use this with, for whatever you want to clean. Just gonna pop open the box here and show you what you get. First and foremost, you have some of your attachments, and then you have the body on this. And let me just see if this is different than the other one that I have. The other one I have, you actually put AA batteries in it. This one here might be, oh cool, so this one here you actually charge with, let's see what kind of charging port, USB-C, thank God, right? I like when companies use USB-C because they're just easier to put the plug in. You don't damage them as much as like standard micro USB or mini USB. So very cool. So there's the handle, integrated battery, and I don't think this is replaceable. I think they've just kind of integrated that into the device. So if you ever, it doesn't seem like that comes out. So if you ever kill the battery, you're kind of out of luck. Whereas, there are some pros to ones that you just put the standard AA batteries in. You can always replace the batteries. And, again, they all work really well, right? So, all right, so as far as the heads, you do get sort of like this, almost like abrasive, almost like what do we call it? It's like Scotch-Brite. Do get a USB-C charging cable. You do have a larger brush. I'd say it's about the size of a quarter. You have the Velcro attachment, which this is what the Scotch-Brite pad kind of connects onto, right? And then, of course, you have a smaller brush. And I'm not sure, these brushes have a little bit of different consistency or different texture. The white, smaller one here is a little bit softer. This is a little bit more abrasive. Then, of course, we have the same abrasive style brush in a smaller, I'd say dime-sized attachment. And then we have, this is a very, very usable one. This is like sort of a 45-degree angled, kind of a harder bristle brush. Sort of like the exact, like this one's a combination of soft and hard bristles. This one just gives you the hard bristles. This like, excuse me. This I kind of use for like the corner of the shower. You could definitely use this for grout as well. The only thing I find with these is that you're, with that kind of angled shape, you're really, the middle part of this brush is just kind of spin around. You really have to move it, of course. And so the way these work, these gyrate back and forth. They don't just spin. So let's just go ahead and throw on one of the attachments. Hopefully there's enough juice in here where I could just kind of demonstrate what it looks like. So really simple, we just pop the head on here. Really simple. Let's see here. Goes on one way here. Let's see, why is this not going on? That's really interesting. There we go. Little elbow grease. You just kind of press and hold the button. Pretty noisy, I'll say, compared to the other one I have. Definitely a lot noisier. Oh, let me lock it into place. So yeah, about the same as the other one. Just kind of gyrates back and forth. Definitely makes cleaning a little bit easier, right? So that's pretty cool. That's really, all I can really say about this, other than the fact that it has, again, you get the 5 replacement heads. It's IPX7 water. They say waterproofing, but I like to call that water resistance. I like to keep mine in the shower. Don't confuse it for a toothbrush, right? You don't do that. And that's about it, really. I'll probably give one of these to my mom because she's been talking about cleaning some grout in the kitchen. This might, help her save a little bit of that hard work, right? So next one here, this one here is the larger version. Just gotta pop this open. You get the instruction manual. I'm not really gonna go into that. You get the charging cable, which again, USB-C, very pleased to see that. And let's see what else you get with this. Most of these that you're going to find on Amazon are very similar. They all come with about the same stuff. And let's just see how well this... We'll go over the brush in a second. Just kind of bear with me here for a second while I unwrap this. This is the third one I think I've reviewed on this channel, and I tell you, they come in handy. But there are some things I want to mention here. We'll see if this one has the ability to do this. So overall, pretty nice construction so far. I like that this is a metal core. So one of the other ones I reviewed early on was a plastic kind of plastic. I don't think it had a core in it, and it was a little bit flimsy. Don't get me wrong, still works fine. Let me pop this together here. Basically pop, here's your handle, right? And let's see here. Just kind of snap together. Pretty straightforward. So that's pretty cool. It does have an adjustable head here, so you press and hold this button here and you can turn this with ease. This is a lot nicer than the first one I reviewed. This gives you that full 45-degree angle, right? I'm sorry, 45 and then 90-degree angle, excuse me. So that's kind of nice because I find that when I'm cleaning and using mine, like I use this on my tonneau cover on my truck, and I find that when I'm trying to do this, the other one is just angled like this, the 45, and you don't really get, you're kind of using the edge of the brush. I'll kind of show you here. This just pops on like so. So this is really nice that they gave you that full angle. I find that this is a lot easier to kind of clean the top of the tonneau cover. It does extend. See how far it extends. So you get about an extra 8 inches of extension. We could all use an extra 8 inches. I kid. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let me see if you can actually... So one thing I'm always concerned with these things that I'm always looking for when I review these is if I'm going to use this in the shower, a lot of times, you know, honestly, I'm getting in there like with the shower running, and there's, you know, a lot of times I'll actually get in there while I'm cleaning the shower. And so I don't want something this large. Let me see if you can actually take this apart and remove the extension and have it work just more like a handheld scrubber. Good, you can. That's great. So this is a lot, again, this is a lot nicer than the original one I reviewed. You know, again, the other one, it was just one piece, so you couldn't take it apart like this. And in all honesty, the only way you're going to be using this with the extension is if you're standing, like let's say you're cleaning the floor here. Let me just try to give you guys kind of a visual here, and let's see how comfortable that is. If we put all this together here, and we extend it all the way, so you could use the 45 in this case. It's going to make more sense. And yeah, so this is definitely usable, you know, at least at my height, you know, and I think really for anybody's height, really, I would think, even if you're a little, you know, you're like I'm 5'8", so this fits me perfect. The idea in this is when you're using something like this, you don't want to have this be uncomfortable. Like you don't want to be leaning over. If this didn't have the extension, you know, you're going to be leaning a lot further. So that's kind of nice. I think if you're a really tall guy, you know, really tall, that might kind of be a problem, but I don't know. You know, I just kind of think of comfort when I'm cleaning. Only negative thing I'll say about this, and I wish they would have included a much larger brush here, because if you're cleaning something large like a floor with this, you know, this is a rather small, what is it, about 4-inch brush. I would have liked to have seen maybe an 8-inch brush come with this. Let's just turn it on. You have a couple two buttons on this, as I almost knock over my computer. Power and then turbo. Turn her on. So this just spins, it doesn't gyrate. Put it in turbo mode. It's a lot faster. And if you want to get it out of turbo mode, so that's kind of weird. So if you want to get it out of turbo mode, you have to turn it, you press the power button. So power button to turn it on, power button to turn it on, turbo mode to put it in turbo mode, power button to put it back in standard mode, and then off. One more time, off, sorry, it goes back to power mode. So I would think you're probably going to use this in power mode all the time. What else about this? Your charging port, USB-C is underneath the handle here. You do have this, it's kind of rubberized way to hang it, which is kind of nice. Some of the other ones have like an integrated plastic. It doesn't always hang on every hook. And you do have that battery display, which is kind of nice. Gives you a full readout of your battery power. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is definitely going to work well. I like this one more than the other ones I've reviewed. But you know, at the end of the day, they're all pretty similar. And you know, these things are great for, again, you know, cleaning whatever you want to clean with it. Yeah, I mean, it's not too much else. You know, let's face it, folks, I can't get super excited about something I'm going to have to do extra work, right? But this is definitely something that that any house can use. Now, if you put it in standard, like, straight mode, I don't know why you would use this. Maybe if you were trying to clean, like, a ceiling, something above your head, that's when you might put it in that position. But the other brushes here, I find this is going to be one you're going to use the most. This brush here is almost like a toilet brush. And in all honesty, like, I don't know if I necessarily want to clean the toilet with this. I guess you can, but you'd want to really, you know, if you're going to be cleaning multiple surfaces with it, you probably want to have, like, buy two, one for, like, your toilets. But I don't know. Not really sure on this. You can't submerge it, just to let you guys know. So if you have, like, a hot tub, you want to clean inside the tub, don't submerge this under the water. This brush is one that on the other ones I don't use at all. Then you have the smaller kind of angled brush. This is kind of good for getting into corners. I think this is the most usable one, next to the 4-inch brush. And then you have this one here with more of more of an aggressive angle. This is for really getting in tight corners. But you know, when it spins, you're not really, like, let me demonstrate. Press and hold the button here. You know, by the time you're, like, in the corner, I guess what I find is these things kind of bunch up and you're cleaning like a pencil size position. But remember, none of these things are perfect, but this is, again, great for getting in corners. I mean, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence. I know you guys know, you know, how a brush works. But overall, I think the quality is good. It feels pretty sturdy. Again, I like the ability to be able to hang this on any hook. I like the USB-C connection for charging. Some of the ones I reviewed in the past, they don't have USB-C. I know that sounds like, you know, like it would be a typical addition on something like this, but it's not. Some of the other ones come with their own proprietary charger, and you know, like I have several toothbrushes, and you know, they have their own charger, and it's annoying because I constantly lose the charger, and then I don't label them, which I know it's my fault, but you know, it's just easier to, a USB-C connection is just easy. We have all USB ports all over the house, right? Most people do. You can always find some way of plugging a USB-C connection into a computer, into, you know, do so at your own risk, but you know, into any kind of cell phone charger or whatnot. It's just, what my point is, it's very common, so it's very easy to charge these things. Again, I have several devices that, like, even like beard trimmers, when they don't have USB-C connection, I find myself having to find the charger, and I'm pretty organized. So again, just small gripe with other models. I do like the ability you can really bring this down to a smaller size. I think that's mainly how you're going to be using this. I don't think most people are going to be using this on the full pole extension here. So, but it's nice to have it. I think, again, the only way you're going to be using that is if you're going to be cleaning a floor or cleaning something above your head. But overall, nice quality, nice build. Yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Now, as far as price points on this, the larger one right now is $60 with a $15 off coupon, and then the smaller, we'll call it grout brush, is only 21 bucks. No coupons, but 21 bucks is pretty awesome for that. I mean, that's definitely one to have in your arsenal of cleaning products. I was going to give this one to my mom, but I might give her the battery operated one because it's something that you know, they don't have a lot of electronics, so I think that having USB-C might, you know, they might be, like me, having a hard time finding the charger. I think the AA one's probably a better fit for my mom's needs there. And as far as the larger version here, I just want to read you just a couple of the specifications off Amazon, just so you guys are aware of. And again, as always, links are in the description of every video. Comes with the 4 brushes, comes with the USB-C cable, but no charger. Kind of a pet peeve of mine. It would be nice if they included the wall adapter, because despite, you know, even though I have a lot of those laying around the house, I get it, most people do. You know, there are some folks who don't, so it'd be nice to include one. They're so cheap. I just, you know, charge a couple dollars more for the product and include one. But it's cool that it's not a deal breaker for me. They say you can use this on, like, shower, bathtub, floors, basin, and carpets. You could probably use it on carpet, but you know, carpet's kind of kind of the material would slow down the brush, and you know, anything you do to make the thing work harder, you're going to kill battery life. But by all means, try it. I mean, I'll definitely try it on like like spot cleaning is great, you know, if you don't have like a Bissell or something like that. And let's see here. This has triple speeds. Now, maybe I pressed the button wrong here, but when I turn this on, speed 1, speed 2. Oh, I see. So you press it once for speed 1. So press and hold, turn it on. A little tutorial here. Press it again for medium, press again for off. Sorry. Press press it once, press it twice, and then turbo button. Okay, so a little gripe there. Why put a turbo button on there? Just put one button, 1, 2, and 3. It just eliminates. You have to think of every. I know this is very easy. I get it, you know, but you have to think of people who aren't tech savvy. Not that you have to be tech savvy for this, but even for me, like I'm sure if you don't use this every day, so I'm sure I'll have to be like, all right, 1, 2, 3. You know, there's just no point in having the turbo button on there. I think they think like that's some kind of like sales gimmick. Just put speed 1, 2, 3. Press the button. High, medium, low, low, medium, high, off. Very simple, don't overcomplicate it. So it's a little bit of a gripe, but not a big deal. It says here it'll turn at 300 RPM, 400 RPM, and 550 RPMs. Extends from 26 to 49 inches. Again, same thing. It will be less of a burden on your knees. Smart clean with the LED display. I do like the LED display. This way you kind of know how much power you have. You know, I can't tell you the number of times I've been in the middle of cleaning something with the product, and I don't know, like for instance a drill. Let's say I'm doing something and I am kind of, I don't know, I guess when the battery runs out, it runs out. But it's kind of nice to know kind of where you're at in a project versus how much more. Maybe if you're cleaning a floor, you might move a little faster if you're running out of juice. I don't know. And then they do say that the round one's for possibly a toilet. So 45, 90, and 180 degree angles. It does say IPX7 waterproofing. I don't know if I would submerge this though. I don't think that's a good idea. And that's about it, really. I mean, pretty straightforward. You know, I don't want to overcomplicate this. You guys are intelligent, most of you. You know, thinking people. I don't need to, you know, explain how a spin brush works too much in detail. But now, who's going to buy this? Really, everybody. I guess what's going to make you buy this one? You know, there's a lot of. Be honest with you, there's a lot of these on Amazon. They're everywhere. I don't know, this gets 4 to 5 stars. I think the price is pretty good, but I don't know how competitive it is with other brands. But for the smaller one, 20 bucks, built-in battery. I think it's, I don't know, I think these are pretty reasonable. You're going to pay, you know, about, what are you going to pay, about $60-ish for both. It's just something nice to have in your cleaning arsenal. What else? Suggestions. I like to give some suggestions to companies when they come out with products like this. I don't think they really need to do much to this other than maybe include, again, a larger brush for floors. And, you know, I think the toilet brush, I get it, but this is a little large. Maybe make something a little bit more longer and less fat. Same shape would be fine, but this is going to be kind of like big to bring your toilet and kind of get in there. So, I don't know, just kind of common sense stuff. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Links are in the description. If I can help in any way, let me know. Drop me a comment or drop me an email. I want to thank kHelfer for their generosity in sending this to me. These things always get used. I'm a neat Nick. I'm very clean, so stuff like this always gets used, and it is appreciated. So have a good day, folks. Links are in the description, and take care.